internetga ulansin.
So, good afternoon, dear students. And take your seat. And today we have a topic about the business period. We have a quick review on this topic. You should pay attention for this slide, and there are a lot of essential information. In the end of this slide, we do some quick tests. You have only 3 seconds to answer this kind of test questions, okay?
Okay.
So, the first of all, the concept of future English Renaissance. Let's take a look at the information. Welcome to the Renaissance. The Renaissance was a great cultural movement that begins in Italy during the early of 13th and 30th. It spread to England, France, Germany, and Netherlands and other European countries in the late of 1400s and ended about 1600s. Okay, the word Renaissance comes from Latin, or is just a French word which means to rebirth. During the Renaissance period, particularly 1485 and 1603, Middle English began to develop into modern English. And Renaissance in England usually started divided into three periods. The first is the rise of Renaissance and the height of Renaissance, and the last one, decline of Renaissance. Okay. And 1476, during the Wars of the Roses, you know, the first printing press was set up by William Paxton in London. And 1640, William Paxton and other presses had printed more than 216,000 different works and editions. And at that period, new types of literature were important from other European literature. For example, from Italy, the sonnet was imported by Earl of Surrey, and the essay, of course, it was imported by Sir Francis Bacon from France. The Henry Howard, Earl of Surrey, on the left, and the Francis Bacon on the right. Under the reign of Elizabeth I between 1558 and 1603, England entered its most bloodshot age. Interest in education, Queen Elizabeth established more than 103 grammar schools in all parts of the country. This is it, Queen Elizabeth, and he got the title the Iron Woman. For example, in 1579, the Gresham College was founded in London, and the needs of middle class, or the needs of middle class. Its curriculum include law and medicine and other essential practical courses at that for the time. This is a picture of the legendary Gresham Old College in London. The Elizabethan period was also the golden age of drama, because you know the first playhouse was found or built in England in 1576 by James Garbage. Okay, the group of Elizabethan playwrights was known the universities. This group includes such kind of writers: Christopher Marlowe, George Peele, and Robert Greene. You know, the Marlowe was the most important playwright among the Greeks, because he created his tragedies before the Shakespeare.
Yes.
And William Shakespeare, of course, and Ben Jonson are the first playwrights, also created their skillful dramas at that period. William Shakespeare and Ben Jonson wrote some of their famous tragedies and comedies at this period. After Elizabeth's death in 1603, King James of Scotland, the son of Mary Queen of Scots, became the new king of England. Elizabeth had managed to maintain the balance between Catholics and Protestants, and at that time, that balance was lost under the reign of James I. This is how they lost the balance. They tried to fight each other. At that period, a number of young cavaliers loyal to the king wrote about the love and loyalty. Among the best of these poets were Richard Lovelace and Robert Herrick. On your right is a Robert Herrick, on the left is a Richard Lovelace. One of the greatest English poets was born John Milton, and his sight began to fail. Eventually, he became blind. At that time, he composed one of his great epic poems, Paradise Lost. It's Paradise Lost about the first man and woman on the earth, Adam and Eve. John Milton has his Paradise Lost epic poem. The chief forms in poetry flowers during the Elizabethan age. They were lyric and sonnet and narrative. There are the few changes in poetry during the Renaissance period. Lyric is a short poem that expresses poet's personal emotions, thoughts in a song-like style. You know, the sonnets consist of 14 lines long, short poems, which have a certain pattern of rhyme and rhythm. Elizabethan poets wrote two types of sonnets, Italian and English sonnets. William Shakespeare and Philip Sidney, Edmund Spenser wrote sonnets of sequence. For example, Philip Sidney's sonnets of sequence we call like Astrophil and Stella, and Edmund Spenser's is Amorete in Italian. We got a translation in English, Little Love Stories. Yes. Sonnet sequence is a group of sonnets based on the single theme or about one person. As I mentioned, the Spenser's Amorete and Philip Sidney's Astrophil Stella is a perfect example for the sonnet of sequence. They describe the romance with Elizabeth and Penelope. Narrative poem tells the story of Shakespeare's Venus and Athens and Spenser's Faerie Queen are the perfect examples of narrative poetry. Okay? The key figures, and you see that here, for example, Thomas More, Benjamin Jonson, Shakespeare, Francis Bacon, and Philip Sidney, Christopher Marlowe, and Spenser. Here, the major works of these writers in the Renaissance period, for example, Sir Francis Bacon, the major works are New Atlantis and New Instrument. Edmund Spenser's major works, for example, Shepherd's Calendar, Faerie Queen, and Sir Thomas More's Utopia, Dialect Conflict Against Revelation, The History of English Surgeons. Sir Philip Sidney's tourist fiction genre, Astrophil Stella, and Apology for Poetry. Christopher Marlowe did several tragedies by Christopher Marlowe, did The Queen of Carthage, Tamerlane the Great, of course, and Jew Malta, Tragic History of Dr. Faustus, and Edward II. Benjamin Jonson, he's known for his satirical comedies like The Balcony of the Park, Silent Woman, Alchemist, and Waffle Wheel Fair. The Janice's Fall and Catalan's Conspiracy, these are two works which are considered as his great tragedies. Of course, William Shakespeare, his works like Comedy of Earth, it's his comedy, Twelfth Night and Romeo and Juliet, Hamlet, Macbeth, and King Lear. So now we have several, about 45 tests related to this slide. So the first question: when did the Renaissance begin? A1, listen, okay. Which country is known the starting point of the Renaissance? Italy. Around what time did the Renaissance spread to other European countries? It was 1450s. What was the approximate end date of the Renaissance? 1600s. Okay. In which century did the Renaissance primarily take place? B1 in 15th century, because 16th and 17th century we got the age of restoration and age of enlightenment. What does the word Renaissance mean? It's designed to reverse the growth of what language did the Renaissance create? From Latin, and here, in which period did Middle English begin to develop into modern English? Of course, it happened in the Renaissance period. The word Renaissance is also considered the French language. What is the first part of the Renaissance in England? The rise of Renaissance. Which part of the Renaissance in England considered the most influential? The rise of Renaissance under the reign of Elizabeth I. What followed the height of the Renaissance in England after the height of the decline of the Renaissance under the reign of Stuart monarchs? During which part of the Renaissance did Shakespeare write in most plays? The height of the Renaissance. In which part of the Renaissance did cultural or intellectual advancement end? Who set up the first printing press?
William
Caxton. In what year the first printing press established in London? In 1476. How many different works and editions were printed by? 16 works. It was about approximately 260,000 works or editions. During which historical period did William Caxton set up his first printing press? Okay, you have the Wars of the Rose during the Renaissance era. And which city did William Caxton establish the first printing press? In London. Who imported the sonnet into English literature? For example, by the Laila? Sir Francis Bacon. Are you sure? Sonnet imported by Earl of Surrey. Which type of literature was imported by Francis Bacon? Essay. From French. From which country was the essay important to English literature?
France.
France. The sonnet was originally imported from which country?
Italy.
The sonnet from Italy. What type of schools did Queen Elizabeth establish?
Free
grammar schools, not a high school, primary, or private schools. How many free grammar schools did Queen Elizabeth establish in the country?
More than
100. Which country experienced its luxurious age during the Renaissance? Elizabeth's first reign. England. What was one of the interests of Queen Elizabeth? Education. Why she opened more than 100 free grammar schools. Who built the first playhouse in England?
James
What was the name of the first playhouse in England? Theatre. What period is reflected as the golden age of English drama? Elizabethan period. Which of the following playwrights is not a member of university weeks? Christopher Marlowe, Ben Jonson, Robert Greene, and George Peele. What about Ben Jonson? Ben Jonson wasn't a member of the university weeks. Which playwright among the university weeks is known for his contribution to tragedy? That's why we call this person as a father of English tragedy. Who became the new king of England after Elizabeth's death? King James I. What themes did the young cavalry poets focus on in their writings?
Love and
loyalty. What is the title of John Milton's greatest work? Paradise Lost. What type of literary works is the Paradise Lost? Is it novel, poem, short story? Novel. It's not a novel, it's an epic poem. Which form of the poetry is known for expressing personal emotions and thoughts? Narrative, lyric, sonnet, ballad. Lyric. How many lines does the English sonnet? 14 lines. What are the two types of sonnets were written by Elizabethan poets? Italian, English, English and Spanish, French and English. Italian and English. Which poet is known for writing sonnets of sequence along the William Shakespeare? Edmund Spenser. So that's all. Thank you for your attention. And now we have some educational games based on today's topic. And I think Usmanova, you can explain us how this educational game.
Okay, we should divide into two groups, and each group turn entire word by word, and you should enter these balls in this
ball,
like this. Like this. And who is the first? You can take a sweet or fish.
So let's get started. So
one by Okay. Let's begin.
Let's start, Eliza. Now you can take the word and speak. question. So, first of all, read the question aloud, and in order to, we can hear it.
Why is the second period considered the peak of Shakespearean romantic comedy?
Okay.
Second period. Fantasy with romantic comedy.
So, actually, the most successful period of Shakespearean's works, literary career, is a certain period because he wrote one of his dramatic and powerful tragedies in this period. Thank you. So, next.
Next one.
So, the question is,
What roles did Shakespeare play in actor? Shakespeare has oynagan o'zi.
So, what parts he played?
Adam in is you, light it in, ghost in Hamlet.
Ghost in Hamlet, Murder, King's Ghost in Hamlet, and All Servant Adam in his comedy as the line.
Lay out, please.
Please.
So,
Okay. Big event.
oh my god, it's really nice to do that. What else is the question?
Which play may have been
Which play may have been correct with the
lecture? Generally,
correct.
Okay, which of William Shakespeare's work is written together with John Fletcher? According to some critics' statement. Henry VIII. Okay, it was his last historical work.
Henry is correct.
All written in the last period.
Ale zaraz wyżej.
Anybody? Sorry. So nothing happened to your balls and So next question is that.
Why is Hamlet considered a physical tragedy?
Psychological tragedy.
Because the drama centers on Hamlet's inner struggle and moral temptation.
So. So 1, 2, 3. What's your question? Taking of the ship. These are comedies which were written for Shakespeare.
victory is concerned with Shakespeare is first romance and Christmas.
Favorite Christmas. So let's see. One is over for them, and he's going to walk. So, sucks.
Name of three main
You can give any kind of name that is generated strategy or is history or companies.
Winter's Tale.
Winter's Tale, And the last one. What about 12 sided? And you see, and on the next. Yeah.
What's the beginning of the major French field that Romeo and
So, our next educational game is choose your partner on the right order. Now I need all students stand here on the line. Yeah. So I have got these cards and I give you one by one, and you should connect this word with your partner. What is the connection between two words, and give some kind of explanation of these words. You can show your cards to these sides, side by side, and choose your partner and follow him. You can take your seats. So you can sit with your partner together. Little love stories. So where is your partner? You have one kiss. Just 2 minutes. So what about shepherds? Prince of poets. Where is the Evan Spencer? Dedicated to Shepherd's calendar. Shepherd's calendar is dedicated to Sir Philip Sidney. Take your seat with your partner. Partner, talk to Wilson. After what about new instrument and new? Where is Francis Bacon? Okay, good. Couldn't find his partner, her partner.
Okay.
Yes. New Atlantis coming. Well, Francis Bacon, Nova Morgana, new instrument. Together you are partners.
Yes.
This is their work, which was written in Latin, and this is a translation of it in English. You are your partner. So first, Violet, this Shelley. And what about Fairy and Queen, Little Love Stories, So, your partner is a Spencer stanzas, and now you should explain what it is connected to. So, Sharon's calendar. That's it. Everybody, fine is partners. Now, take your seat, please. I will explain this rule of this game. Now, if you found your partner, two of you should stand up, and for example, your partner got Tom Small, and another one is Utopia. Now, I have a Tom Small, and this is his masterpiece or work of Utopia, which was written in his period, in his career. So, let's get started with Rairva and who's your partner? Rairva, what do you got? So, just think it out. What is dedicated to Sir Philip Sidney? Your partner? Shepherd's calendar. We know that Edward Spencer wrote the works about Sir Philip Sidney, and this Shepherd's calendar is dedicated to Sir Philip Sidney. Okay? And the next. So smaller. Where's your partner? You got New Atlantis. That's all.
Wrote by Francis Bacon,
And
National Island is prepared name of this island.
New Atlantis. The name of this island, which was given in New Atlantis, is a Basil. So next, come over.
It's a love stories.
Okay.
It was written by Edmund Spencer in the 16th century. Its another name is Amoretti.
Amoretti. It's a sonnet of sequence. Okay, thank you. Next one. You got Edmund Spencer and you got the Jerry Queen. Edmund Spencer. This is a long narrative poem written by Edmund Spencer.
Six books out of the 12.
Okay, just think about it. What are these 6 books? 12 are published. Who got this?
We are the partners. The Prince of the Poets is
Okay.
Edward Spencer.
Edmund Spencer. Yes. And next. Who is the partner Jemima? For example, what do you have?
Burns, Byron, Shelley.
Okay, Burns, Byron, Shelley, they are all poets which use it in his works Spencerian style. Development. You got Sir Francis Bacon. Nova Margam, it was written in Latin. And others. So, okay, thank you for your attention. And do we have any kind of educational game? So let's jump to the next educational game.
We can see and get information about these writers in this slide, and we should know making activity in this term. We should divide into 2 groups, and each group partners enter the term by term. We have informations in this entire scene, and you should do these balls like this and find information about writers, and you should match it term by term. Like
Okay.
Okay.
Now you can playing with your ball and find
Information.
and match the information there.
Okay. Now.
So any volunteers?
Yes.
One of them and the last one. Just each first group and Hamaiva and Flo.
Okay, then only first information and one writer.
Mrs. Bacon, Captain Spencer, and Thomas. Keep playing with your ball.
You should play with your balls, and
Your
you
ball.
should find
Your ball, not Yomi. Not Yomi. Next one. So,
Okay, quickly, please. If your ball you didn't play, you can. Next, please.
not your plan.
Shapopinatsiya o'yinmi?
Okay.
You should play with your mouth, please.
Ikko'yi bilan o'tir.
It's enough, it's enough.
So, don't see
Next
me.
one, next one. The other two. Next, please, in our group. You should play with your mouth. Angelica, you should play with your mouth, please.
Have you finished?
Yes, first group will be finished.
Good job.
Okay, in our group is last information. In our group last information, perhaps.
Okay. And let's check your answers. This was here, Francis Bacon.
It's short information
Uh-huh.
about drivers.
So, Edmund Spencer. Ideal world utopia.
Tom.
Yeah, it's related to Tom Small. And Shepherd's calendar. Spencer's work and so sonnets. Edmund Spencer wrote kind of sonnets, sonnets, sequence of sonnets. And so society, he describes society in his works, commissions. So advisor to Henry VIII, it was Tom Small, and that's why in the end of the he beheaded. So Francis Bacon, he wrote 58 essays. So overall, he had 3 collections of essays. Poet of the Fairy Queen. You mean that the author of the Fairy Queen is not Francis Bacon, it's Edmund Spencer. So, Allegory of Virtues, Bill Sidney and Lord Chancellor. The author of Utopia, he was Thomas More. Humanist thinker, it also is Thomas More, who is called the father of English tragedy. It's not a Thomas More, it is. We didn't accept this answer and he wrote essays. Edmund Spencer, a lawyer, Francis Bacon, critical poetry. Allegorical poem. Do we have any kind of allegorical poem? Francis Bacon's allegorical poem. Bill Sidney. Astrophil and Stella. This is a sequence of Bill Sidney's. Development and overview methods. I think it's a draw. This group is also some kind of mistakes, and this group is some of your answers is incorrect. Friendship is when. So, and today's lesson we have learn something about the Renaissance period. All information we have passed in our lectures, and that's why we should conclude about the Renaissance period. So, and my last task is related on these people. I should ask some of your students, for example, you can say here Thompson, and you should give, for example, one of these greatest works. First, any kind of works. So from this group,
Thomas More.
medieval. And here you see the Adam Spencer. Now give example of his works. Fairy Queen. Fairy Queen is a narrative one point written by Adam Spencer. Thank you. Lichiba. So in the middle of here, you can see the Benjamin or Ben Jonson. He was the true founder of English musical system, and he wrote some kind of satirical comedies, and he got 2 tragedies. So you remember these works, one of these works. Yeah.
In our group, Baldwin or the Fox.
Baldwin or the Fox, Silent Woman.
The Alchemist.
Okay, that's enough. Baldwin, thank you. From this group, Ganiva. So right here, you see Princess Bacon. Do you remember any kind of works written by Francis Bacon?
He's
One of his novels, Novo Morgano, and it was written in Latin. And what was the translation of Novo Morgano in English we have?
The new instrument?
That new instrument. Take your seat. Kayla. Here, Circle Sydney. What about Circle Sydney's works? Reading works.
Shattered's calendar.
Dedicated
Dedicated to Spencer.
Spencer or it's not Circle Sydney's works. It's actually works about Adam Spencer's speech. Philip Sidney's work, for example, you can get, for example, Astrophanes spell. He immortalized the catalog 13 years old girl and he used that as a spell. So, finally, you got William Shakespeare.
Wow, William Shakespeare.
You have countless works which were written by William Shakespeare, for example. Hamlet is one of his great works.
King Lear.
King Lear.
And he was actor.
And also, he played the role in his comedies like As You Like It. So what about his histories?
Henry
Henry 8, Henry 4, Henry 6, all parts of Henry. So, thank you. In Canada, you know this author, he lived only 29 years, but he established it for him as a strong dramatist, and he owned the title of English tragedy.
Yes.
And this is a Christopher Marlowe. So what about these 3 works?
wrote Edward II.
Mm-hmm.
And
Dido, Queen of Carthage.
Timberland the Great.
And he wrote the Confederate of Great. So what about his poetry? He imported some kind of changes in English poetry. For example, carpe diem poetry. Huh? Carpe diem poem is a carpe diem is to seize the day or take advantage of your day.
The passionate shepherd.
Here wrote a kind of poems. Passionate shepherds to keep love. So thank you. This is the end of our lessons. Thank you all students who participated in our educational games, in our lessons. So see you next time, guys, and see you, we will see in the next week in our next lecture. Thank you.
Have a nice day.